But then Florida at number 3.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
This is where it gets interesting, isn't it? 6th in the SEC, bounced early from the conference tournament.
But they did get that series win against Oklahoma early on.
They did, and it feels like the committee really, really valued that win. Maybe too much. Is one series enough for a number 3 seed, considering everything else?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? That OU series win is huge, no doubt. It definitely boosts the resume. But, you balance that against the whole season, the conference performance.
Right.
It does seem like maybe that specific series is carrying a bit more weight than you might expect.
Especially with how RPI sometimes overvalues early wins.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just Florida. Look at UCLA, number 9 seed. Didn't win the Big Ten regular season or the tournament.
Right, and then you've got Clemson.
Who won the ACC tournament? Yep, ACC champs. And they land at number 11. You'd think a Power 5 tournament title would maybe push them higher.
You'd think. It makes you wonder about the consistency,
Definitely. And then there's Alabama, number 15, hosting regional.
Okay, this one, I'm struggling to see the clear logic here. The metrics, RPI, conference record, it doesn't exactly scream host compared to some others, does it?
Not immediately, no.
Yeah.
It kind of feels, well, you wonder if reputation is playing a role there.
Yeah.
The Alabama brand is obviously huge in softball.
That's kind of the feeling, this brand over body of work idea that keeps popping up.
It does seem to be a theme this year.
Let's compare, say, Florida State to Florida.
Yeah.
FSU beat Florida head-to-head this season, finished higher in the ACC than Florida did in the SEC, and their RPI, third, right behind Florida's second.
Almost identical RPIs.
So how is Florida 2 spots higher? Especially when FSU won the head-to-head, it feels like the logic is a bit selective.
It highlights the inconsistency, doesn't it? If RPI is key, okay, but then factor in head-to-head conference finish. It just doesn't seem to line up cleanly in that Florida State comparison.
And then flip it around. Florida is seeded behind Oklahoma, even though Florida won the series against them.
Right. So when does head-to-head matter? Does it matter more for Florida against Oklahoma than for Florida State against Florida? Gets confusing.
It really does. It feels like the goalposts are moving a bit, depending on which teams we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And look, we know RPI isn't perfect.
Yeah.
It has its flaws, maybe doesn't capture late season form perfectly.
Sure.